Hi friends, welcome to the channel JIB and CIB Made Simple. If you are preparing for a certification course on prevention of cybercrime and money and fraud management, then I am presenting before you the memory based question which appeared in the examination conducted on 24th August 2025. So these questions will help you gauge what are the important topic which must be covered from examination point of view. So let's get started with our first question. Try this question on your own first and then listen the explanation. The question is, which of the following best describe a shoulder surfing attack? So what is a shoulder surfing attack is all about? Option A says that an attacker remotely hacks into the victim system using malware to steal login credential. Option B says that attacker physically observe the victim device screen and keypad to capture sensitive information. Option C says that attacker send deceptive email to trick the victim into revealing the password. And option D says that attacker uses software tool to guess the victim password through repeated trial. So if you look at the option number A, this is not shoulder surfing. This is not shoulder surfing, right? Here the attacker use malware. In option number A, attacker is using what? Attacker is using malware, or attacker is using the virus to enter the system secretly and steal the login data. For example, take the case of Trojan. Okay, so the Trojan installed in your computer stealing saved password. So this Trojan, what it do, it steal the saved password. Okay, so this is called remote hacking attack. This is called what? Remote hacking attack. Okay, not the physical observation. Here it is written physical observation. This is completely wrong. What about option B? Option B says that attacker physically observes the victim device screen and keypad to capture the sensitive information. This is exactly what shoulder surfing is all about. Imagine that you are at ATM. Right, think about it. You are at ATM typing your pin, okay, and someone standing behind you secretly watches your hand movement and the screen. Or you are entering a password on your phone in public and someone peeks over your shoulder. Because sometimes what happened, the attacker even use cameras or binocular from a distance. So the key point is it is a physical spying attack. So if you look at the option number B, it is it is the physical spying attack. It is a kind of physical spying attack, right? Done by directly watching you. What about option number C? So option number C says that attacker send deceptive email to trick the victim into revealing password. So this is called phishing. This is called phishing, right? For example, you get an email pretending to be from your bank, right? So option number C is about phishing. Suppose you get an email, right, and you pretending to be from your bank, asking you to verify your account and enter your password. So here what you do, you tricked into giving your information voluntarily. You are tricked to give your information voluntarily. Again, it is different from shoulder surfing because phishing is done online through fake messages. What about option D? It says that attacker use software tool to guess the victim password through repeated trial. So this is called brute force attack. This is called brute force attack, right? So what attacker do, attacker keep trying thousands of password combination until they get the right one. Like suppose hacker run a program to test all possible password like 1 2 3 4 A B C D etc. This is done through a software, not by physically watching someone. So the correct answer to this question is option number B. So let's quickly summarize the key point. Option number A is about malware attack, right? Remote access. Then option number B is about shoulder surfing, which is a physical observation attack. Option number C is about phishing, which fake email and message. And option number D is brute force attack, which means software guessing or password. So friends, that is all we need to learn from this particular question. I hope the explanation is crystal clear and your concept is also clear. Now let's look at the question number 2. Who are referred to as elite hacker in the context of cybersecurity? So it is a very good question. Options are hackers who only engage in legal, ethical hacking activity for organization. Option B, beginner who use ready-made tools without deep technical knowledge. Option C, highly skilled hacker with year of experience, often innovator in cybersecurity who can switch between white and black hat hacking. And option D, government appointed official working exclusively in national cybersecurity defense. These are the 4 options. The question is asking you about elite hacker. So if you look at the option number A is these are called white hat hacker. They are called white hat hacker. Okay, they are also called ethical hacker. For example, suppose there is a company hires a hacker to test their website security. Suppose there is a company which hire hacker. Why the company hire hacker? To test their website security. Now the hacker find weak point and report them, not to misuse them. So this option is not about elite hacker, it is just ethical hacker, right? So what do you think about option A? This is wrong, right? Then option number B says that beginner who use ready-made tools without deep technical knowledge. So they are called, script kiddies. They are called script kiddies. They don't really understand coding or hacking deeply. Someone download a free password cracking tool from the internet and click run without knowing how it works. Definitely not elite hacker. They are actually the opposite end of the skill. Option C, highly skilled hacker with year of experience, often innovator in cybersecurity, who can switch between white and black hat hacking. Yes, this is the correct one. This describes the elite hacking. The question is about the elite hacking, and this is what is elite hacking is all about. They are, Einstein of the hacking world, extremely talented, extremely experienced. They don't use existing tool. They actually create new hacking technique. They create new hacking tools. For example, they might discover a weakness in the brand new software before even the company notice it. So they can act like both. They can act like white hat, right? They can act like white hat, which means helping organization, right? And they can also act like a black hat. Black hat means causing damage, right? So they can act like a both. They can act like a white hat, they can act like a black hat. White hat means helping organization, black hat means causing damage. That's why they are the most powerful and sometimes the most dangerous, right? They are the most powerful as well as the most dangerous. So, option number D says that government appointed officer working exclusively in national cyber security defense. So these are usually the cyber security analyst. They are what? They are cyber security analyst, right? Or cyber command expert, but they are not elite hacker. They are professional hired to protect national security, not necessarily the innovator of hacking technique. So the correct answer to this question is option number C, right? Which means elite hacker are the highly skilled, innovative expert at the very top of hacker community. So let's quickly summarize. Option number A is about white hat, which are ethical hacker. These are called ethical hacker, white hat. Then B is about script kiddies. See, why I'm explaining every option, because sometimes question may be asked from option number B. So you must know what is the meaning of script kiddies. Beginner using the ready tool. Option number C is about elite hacking. Top skilled innovator, they can switch hat. And option number D is about government cybersecurity professional. I hope it is crystal clear. Now let's see the next question. The next question is, which of the following ways describe a cross-site scripting attack, right? So cross-site scripting attack, or we call it XXX attack. Friends, before moving to this question, if you are looking for a study material for cybersecurity and fraud management, then you can check our course in the description section below, or you can WhatsApp me on this particular number to get detail about the course. In the course you get unit-wise theory. In the course you will get unit-wise MCQs. There are almost 2000 plus MCQs, and also memory-based question like this with proper explanation, so that you can check that which topics are super important, which are not, and you can do your preparation accordingly. Many aspirants have cracked the paper using our material. You can also crack in the very first attempt itself. Now friends, let's talk about what is the meaning of XXS, right? Options are: an attacker inject malicious script into a web application input field that are executed on the client side without proper validation. Option B says that attacker intercept and alter the communication between two systems without being detected. Option C says that a deliberate attempt to overwhelm a server with excessive traffic, causing DOS. DOS means denial of services. Option D says that a method where an attacker gain unauthorized access by exploiting weak or default password. Now let's describe this cross-site scripting attack. So basically, if you look at the option number A, this is exactly what XXS mean, right? This is exactly the meaning of XXS. In simple term, the attacker find a website. Yes, this attacker find a website where user input is not checked properly, right? They insert what? They insert harmful code. They insert harmful code, usually JavaScript, into the input. The attacker find a website where user input is not checked properly. They insert harmful code into that input. When another user open that page, the harmful code run inside their browser. Let me give you one example of it. For example, a comment box on a website where someone posts a script instead of the text. When others read that comment, the script steal their cookies or redirect them to a fake site. So main risk is that the data theft. Yes, this is one of the main risks. Data theft, or session hijacking. Session hijacking is there, or redirecting victim to malicious site. These are the main these are the main risks. Now what about option B? Option B says that an attacker intercept and alter communication between two systems without being detected. See, this is called MITM attack. What is MITM? MITM stands for man in the middle. Man in the middle attack. So suppose you are on public Wi-Fi and a hacker secretly intercept your banking data while it travels from your laptop to the bank server. This is about intercepting communication, not injecting a script into website. So this is not correct. What about C? C says that a deliberate attempt to overwhelm the server with excessive traffic causing denial of service. See, this describes the DOS attack. This is called DOS attack. For example, suppose thousands of fake requests are sent into the website until it crashes. The goal is to make the website unavailable, not to inject code into the user browser. What about option D? A method where attacker gain unauthorized access by exploiting weak or default password. What do you think about it? So this is called password attack. This is called password attack. Right. For example, use admin123. You use admin123, okay? Or password as login credential. This is about weak authentication, not malicious script injection. So remember, this cross-site scripting is when the attacker insert malicious code into the website input. Attacker insert the malicious code into the website input. Okay, attacker insert the malicious code into the website input and it execute in the victim browser. So let's quickly summarize the key points which we have covered here. So we started with the XSS. XSS means injecting malicious script. Whenever you see this word, remember it means injecting the malicious script. Where? Injecting the malicious script into the website input. Right, that is called XSS. And then we talked about MITM. MITM is man in the middle. Remember it? It means intercepting the communication. DOS attack means overloading server with traffic. So whenever you see this DOS attack, just think of overloading the server. So see, from one question, four different concepts is being cleared. Not only one concept. I don't only explain the correct one. I explain all the options. That is the peculiarity of this session. The last one is the password attack, which means using weak and default password. Now friends, let's look at the next question. Which of the following is a primary objective of ISO 27001 standard? Exactly same question appear in the examination. So options are defining guidelines for software development lifecycle. Option B, establishing and maintaining ISMS, that is called Information Security Management System, to manage and mitigate information security risk. Option C, say regulating online financial transaction for the bank. Option D, providing a specification for hardware manufacturing in cyber security. Let's look at option number A. It says that defining guideline for software development. This is incorrect. Because guidelines for software development are usually covered by other standard like ISO 12207. Okay, it covered it. For example, deciding how programmers should test code, right? How programmers should test code, or how to move from design to testing to deployment, right? These things are there. So ISO 27001 is not about coding step. What about option B? Yes, option B is the correct one. Why option B is the correct one? Let me explain. So we talked about the option number B. So to the context of option number B, you can see that this is the main goal of ISO 27001. In simple word, it help organization create a systematic process. It help organization create a systematic process to protect sensitive information from risk like hacking, leaking, or misuse. For example, suppose there is a bank which is using ISO 27001, right? So this particular bank would identify possible risk like customer data theft, right? It will identify possible risk like customer data theft or put control, right? These are the risks like customer data theft, put control, and keep checking or improving security regularly. So whichever bank is using this ISO 27001, it would identify the possible risk, put control, and keep checking or improving regularly. So remember, it is just a one-time setup. It is a one-time setup. Okay, it is not just a one-time setup. It is a continuous improvement cycle. Option C is regulating online financial transaction. So this is wrong. Why it is wrong? Because this is governed by another this is governed by another ISO, which is ISO 27, right? Which is basically these are banking transactions are regulated by financial authority. You might have heard of RBI. You might have heard of PCI DSS. Okay, for card payment. PCI DSS is there for card payment. Okay, and ISO 27001 does apply to any organization, whether hospital, whether IT company, government, not just bank only. It is talking only for bank. No, that is wrong. What about the providing a specification for hardware manufacturing and cyber security? This is also incorrect. Why? Because hardware standards are handled by ISO or IEC standard. Okay, ISO and IEC standard are there to handle the hardware standard. For example, suppose there is a company, it is building security chips. So there are separate guidelines, but this ISO 27001 does not talk about hardware speculation at all. So the correct answer is option number B. Okay, so let's quickly summarize the key point which we have covered in this particular question. So we started with option number A. Remember, option number A is about the software development life cycle, which is not ISO 27001. Option number B is the correct one, which is ISMS. Just remember this keyword, right? This is ISMS, Information Security Management System. So this is risk-based information security management, and this is the correct one. Option C is about the financial transaction, right? This is not related. And option D is about hardware specification. This is also not related. Now friends, let's look at the next question. The question asks you what is the primary role of CERT-IN in India's cyber security ecosystem. So friends, that options are monitoring only banking sector cyber threat. Option B, coordinating response to cyber security incident, issuing alerts and guidelines, acting as a national nodal agency. Option C, regulating digital payment transaction in India. Option D, manufacturing cyber security hardware for government use. So let's start with option number A. Option number A is wrong. Why? Because CERT-IN is not limited to only bank. Is not limited to bank. Okay. For example, if a cyber attack happen on an e-commerce site, a hospital system, or even a government portal, so CERT-IN steps in, not just for bank. So this is too narrow. What about option B? Option B says that coordinating response. Yes, this is the correct one. This is the correct one. This is the real role of CERT-IN. You can think of the CERT-IN as the cyber first responder. They are called the cyber first responder of India. If there is a cyber attack anywhere in the country, CERT-IN help detect, analyze and control the damage. This is called cyber first responder. For example, if there is a new virus spreading through email, CERT-IN issues an advisory warning people and organizations on how to stay safe. They also guide company on best practices like patching software or securing the network. Option C says that regulating digital payment transaction in India. What do you think about it? So friend, this is not correct, right? So this is mainly done by the RBI. This is done by the RBI or the Reserve Bank of India and related payment regulator. This is not done by the CERT-IN. Okay, CERT-IN may help in security aspect, but it does not regulate payment. Regulation payment is not done by CERT-IN. Option D, manufacturing cyber security hardware. It is again wrong. CERT-IN does not build hardware like firewall, chips or server. Their work is about monitoring threat and issuing guidelines. So yes, correct answer is option number B, right? So option number A is wrong. That is only bank. So it is that only banking sector. This is wrong. This is too narrow. Option B is correct. 3 words you must note it down. That national cyber response. Okay. Second point, alert and guidelines. And option number C, digital payment regulation. This is RBI job. Option number D, hardware manufacturing, not CERT-IN. Now the next question is, which of the following best describe the script greedy in cyber security? I think we have discussed in the previous question. See, that's why I told you, the concept is repeated in the examination. If your concept is crystal clear, nobody can stop you from reaching that landmark of the milestone. So option C says that experienced hacker who write their own sophisticated hacking tool, and an amateur hacker who use pre-written script and tool created by another to conduct attack, a cyber security professional who protect network against attack, a hacker specializing in social engineering technique. So if you look at the option number A, what do you think about option number A? Option number A is not correct. Why? Because this sound like an elite hacking, that which we have already covered, right? Or a highly skilled professional. For example, someone who actually develop a brand new virus or design advanced hacking software. And these script kiddies are just opposite of that. Option number B is amateur hacker. Yes, this is the correct one. This is exactly what script kiddies is. So what they do, they don't know much about coding or hacking deeply. They just download free hacking tool. Yes, that is what they do. What they do, they download free hacking tools. They download free hacking tool from the internet and click run. For example, instead of writing a password cracking program, they simply use one made by someone else. What about option C? Cyber security professional who protect network against attack. This is also not correct. This is actually a ethical hacker. This is actually a ethical hacker, not attack. The ethical hacker, or we can call it the security analyst. Ethical hacker or security analyst, their job is to defend, not attack, right? And option number D is a hacker specializing in social engineering. This is also incorrect, because social engineering is when hacker trick people. In the case of social engineering, what happened? Hacker trick people. Okay, hacker trick people into giving away information. For example, calling someone pretending to be from the bank to steal their OTP. This is different type of hacker, not a script kiddie. So the correct answer to this question is option number B. Remember, option number A is skilled hacker, which is also called elite hacker. Option number B is the amateur using ready-made tool. This is called script kiddie. Option number C is cyber security professional. Right, this is defender. This is the kind of defender. And option number D is a social engineering hacker. This is again wrong. Okay, so remember, script kiddie is a copy paste hacker. Now let's look at the next question. So friends, if you really think that this concept, everything which I am explaining to you is clear to you, please hit that like button. This will motivate me to make more such content. Now the question is, what does the term cyber smearing refers to in cyber security? Option A, the act of remotely hacking into company database and stealing the data. Option B, anonymous posting of false, defamatory or disparaging information online to damage a company or individual reputation. Option C, the use of malware to disrupt the functioning of a website. Option D, sending phishing email that trick victim into revealing the sensitive information. If you look at the option A, this is not correct. Why? Because this describe a data breach. Yes, it describe what? It describe a data breach. Okay, it describe a hacking attack. It describe a hacking attack. For example, suppose there is a hacker who break into a company server and steal the customer information. So cyber smearing is not about stealing data. It's about spreading false information. It's about spreading the false information. Option number B is the correct one. Right. See, this is exactly what cyber smearing is. In simple word, someone post lies or harmful statement about a person or a company online to ruin their reputation. Right. Or spreading rumors about a public figure to harm their image. So the key point is that attacker usually stay anonymous. Whoever is the attacker, they stay anonymous. Okay, the option number C, the use of malware. This is again wrong. Why? This is more like a DOS, denial of service attack or malware attack. It's about disabling the system. It's about disabling system, not spreading rumor or false information. Option number D is also incorrect. Why? Because it describes the phishing attack. Phishing attack means where the goal is to steal information like password or bank detail. Right. So what we learned from this discussion is that option A is wrong. That is hacking and stealing data is wrong. Option B means false information to harm reputation is correct. Option C is malware to disrupt website is wrong. Option D is phishing to steal information is again wrong. Now let's look at this question. Which of the following options best describe the wiretapping in cybercrime? Option A, the unauthorized interception and monitoring of electronic communication like phone call, email, digital message. Option B, physically stealing a device to access stored information. Option C, using ransomware to encrypt data and demand payment. Option D, sending phishing email to trick user into revealing password. What do you think is correct one? So friends, option number A is the correct one. This is exactly what wiretapping is all about. In some simple way, we can say that someone secretly listening or monitor your call, email or online messages without permission. Let me give you one example. Suppose there is a hacker. Okay, this hacker uses software to capture your email, to capture your chat message or tap a phone line to hear private conversation. So the key point is that wiretapping violate privacy. Remember, this violate privacy. Okay, unless authorized by the law enforcement. What about option B? Option B is also not correct because it is simply theft. It is simply called, theft or device hacking. You can call it theft or you can call it device hacking. For example, stealing a laptop or phone to get file and password. This is called this is not wiretapping. Wiretapping does not involve stealing the device. It is about intercepting the communication remotely. Option C is wrong. Why it is wrong? It is called ransomware attack. A hacker lock your computer file and demand money to unlock them. So wiretapping is monitoring or listening, not encrypting or locking data. Option D is phishing. See, this is a phishing attack where the goal is to steal credential by tricking user. Wiretapping does not trick the user; it secretly monitor communication. So what we learned from this discussion that option A is intercepting communication. It is wiretapping. Option B is stealing device. It is wrong. Ransomware attack wrong. Phishing email wrong. So that is the answer. Friends, there are some more questions available. If you want me to explain that also, please write yes in the chat box in the comment section. I will provide you the part 2 video of this session also. If you really think that this was useful for your understanding, please hit that like button. And if you want any kind of study material for this cyber security and fraud management, just WhatsApp me on this particular number.